Did I just score the cheapest Did I just score the cheapest Mark V Supra on the market? Clean titled car. It runs. It drives. Not so great, but we'll figure something out. We'll figure out what's wrong with it. So I'm on my way right now to go pick up probably the cheapest Mark V Supra on the market today. Clean titled, running and driving for less than $30,000. Let's see what's wrong with it. So the thing is that I've actually already bought it. I came by a few days ago, checked it out, and it was just blowing a bunch of white smoke. And I'm thinking, if it's anything like my own personal B58 540i, then it could be the PCV. But under further inspection, like I just popped open the hood, I checked out, poked it around, and come to find out that the air intake going from the airbox to the turbo is actually unhooked. So maybe that could be the issue. Maybe that could be my problem. Maybe that solves all my problems. All right, guys, here we are pulling up right now. Let's check it out. And it is in this beautiful Phantom matte gray. Oh my God. You're wondering why it's so cheap. Well, there's one of the reasons. But it runs and drives. Now we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna go and get the keys from the owner, and we're gonna load this on the trailer. We're gonna take it home. Plan on how to load it onto my trailer is I'm going to try and hop on that curb over there, so that way the truck sits taller. So whenever the truck sits taller, it'll have the trailer angled a little bit more like this, just like that. A little bit at an angle helps out with the low car. Oh man, I'll be honest, I don't think that's low enough. Yeah, that is not low enough. This car is way too low. But let's go ahead and check it out. Oh, it sounds so rough. This is what we were talking about here. Let's see, we'll put it in reverse, check it out for the backup camera. Not so bad now. It was a lot worse before. Oh wait, there it is. You know, actually, it's not even any smoke anymore. I mean, just a little bit from probably the condensation. All right, let's get it over to the trailer. Let's load this thing, if we even can. If not, the guy told me that there's going to be probably an easier spot behind the building. So let's try and get this thing on. Aside from that, I mean, this is just a solid car. I have to do something about this though. Probably going to end up cutting it off right here and then painting it, so that way there's no corrosion from this, because I can imagine this is steel, probably stainless steel, but still don't want it to rust. We're going to cut it off right here, paint it. We're going to do the same thing on the other side, because the other side's actually a lot worse. You can tell right here the paint's already lifted, water's in there, so we don't want that to rust. We're just going to cut it off and stop it from right there. When I first came up to it, this was actually hanging off like that. So let's try to get this back in real quick. Down here, this wasn't connected to the turbo. So it was just sucking in nothing that this was going to monitor. This is the mass airflow sensor. We were sucking in unmetered air. So I had both of those hooked in, looked a little bit more, and I found right here, there's another open port. We get that plugged off. Hopefully that right there will fix our issues. Hey guys, Supra is strapped in. It's time to go home. First thing we're gonna try and do before I go home is I'm gonna try and find like an O'Reilly's or an AutoZone or something like that. I'm gonna buy like some caps because I want to cap that port that's on the intake, clear the codes, and then see if that actually fixes the issue. What's still so crazy to me is that I still managed to find a Mark V Supra for less than $30,000. Normally, before you buy any type of vehicle, you do your due diligence. You buy the Carfax, you look over the car, check the oil, which in this case, you know, it's a BMW, it's a newer BMW at that, and you can't even check the oil because there's no dipstick. But, you know, you do your due diligence. And I didn't do any of that. I just looked at the outside, I looked at the front seats, basically everything from the front seat and forward, and that was it. I didn't even do any of that. I didn't even look at the trunk. So, everything else that you guys see with me will be a surprise to me as well. So I just passed by a bunch of people. They had a canopy up. I don't even know what they were doing. They're probably selling something. And as I passed by, all the guys that were standing there at the canopy, I just watched their heads track the car as I passed by. Yeah, if that doesn't say head turner, I don't know what is. All right. I actually passed this up earlier. I had to turn around, but all right. All right, so we got the caps. Let's try to throw them in, reset the codes, see if that clears up. All right, I don't know if you can tell, but the cap is on now. Let's try and get this fully seated in there. Looks like it's fully seated. Let's go for a start. Okay. Well, it sounds a little bit better now. Oh, dude, it sounds completely better. Blowing out a lot of blue smoke, though. Let's see. Let's try and get rear camera view. Oh my God. Although it did run better, it's blown out a bunch of blue smoke. I don't think that solved our issue completely. We're gonna have to find out whenever we get home. Unfortunately, the fix was not as easy and simple as I thought it was. So instead of smelling just nothing but raw fuel and it being white smoke, it turned into blue smoke and I smell a lot of oil. Just like that, the Supra is home. Hey baby, I missed you. All right, let's get this thing off the trailer. So if you're wondering on how I'm able to get in the car and out of it, I mean, it's a little tight. Even me, I can't even squeeze in there. So thankfully, let's go ahead and drop the windows. There we just climb in. Oh, man. Oh. Supra is off the trailer. I'm actually going to take the C7 over there in the garage. I'm going to move it, swap places, put the Supra in the garage, so that way I'm out of the sun. It's a little warm out today, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. Throw the code reader on there, see what kind of codes we're pulling up, and then start from there. Jeez, even just getting in the car, look, it's hot. All right, let's move it down. Oh wait, my driveway, I might scrape. Oh no, my bumper, that's all, ooh. Okay, here we go. Oh, see, it's wonderfully cool in here. Oh my goodness, it's like 65 degrees. I think I'll just park it right next to the truck. Man, the C7 is looking beautiful. Let's go ahead and hop back in this, throw it in the garage. I'm gonna have to go at this at an angle. Never had to do that with the C7. The C7 is actually a little bit taller. it's super angle. And I gotta get new tires for this car. Oh! Alright. Yeah, it's super flat. But not only is it flat, they decided to not follow the instructions. Shout out to my friend Damone. Let me borrow his code reader, so we're going to figure out what kind of codes we're looking at. Oh yeah. Okay. Let's try, which one is it? I've never used this, so OBD2, assuming. Update later. Diagnose. Oh, I can't use it on this. That's rough. Damone, I can't use this, but luckily enough, I actually have an OBD2 reader for that car when I tuned it. Grab that real quick. Thank you, BM3. The OBD reader is hooked up now. Let's go ahead and read. Okay. We got a whole bunch going on right now. A whole bunch. Let's go ahead and clear. Clearing. Okay, all codes have been cleared. Let's read it again in case something else comes up. Come on. Internal communication error, internal communication error. Power management. Data target object cruise control missing. Requirement speed axle, speed axle. So after deleting the codes, we're gonna go ahead and restart real quick. Couple of pops. See if anything else is coming up. Idling rough. Idling really rough. I'm gonna have to pull the spark plugs real quick, but see what's going on, see if we still have smoke coming out. Yeah. So, bad idle, still got oil coming out. I'm gonna go ahead and pull the spark plugs. Okay. Conveniently enough, the cover isn't there, so I don't have to worry about that. I'm gonna have to find another cover. For that. First, we're gonna fix all this. It actually came out a lot easier than I thought. Let's go ahead and unhook the intake. I pushed that back in. Probably in hindsight, probably shouldn't have done that just yet. So let's see where else. Bad news. Pretty sure the turbo is probably blown. It's just right here, just trying to get the intake off, and came off on my finger. Okay, safety second. Okay, let's get that out of here. Oh, see, this is what I was talking about. This was not hooked up to anything. It was just open atmosphere. So it was just pulling in air. Plug that off. It did idle better. No more white smoking, so did do something about that. Okay, let's check it out. Yeah, the fins look okay. Pure. Is this an upgraded turbo? Let's see. No, it's a BMW right there and Borg Warner, so go ahead and pull the spark plugs out. Oh, that's nice. It's convenient. Let's see. Come on. Okay. Don't want to rip these out. I don't want to have to replace another coil pack. This one's kind of stuck. Ugh. There we go. Well, unfortunately, it looks like I'm a little stuck. BMW likes to use 12-point sockets, and I don't have 12-point sockets. So AutoZone shows I have the spark plug socket. I'm gonna go ahead and make a quick trip over there. we're gonna take the C7 today. Squealing brakes. Oh, man, there's something about having a big American V8, loud V8. It just puts a smile on your face. All right, I think this is what I need. No, it isn't. That's a 6-point. Let's see. Where is the 12 points? These are all 6, all of them. Somebody decided to loot the last spark plug socket in there at AutoZone. So I'm actually gonna go and try this Harbor Freight that's right over here. All right, Harbor Freight, do not let me down, please. Well, I don't think they sell single sockets. Harbor Freight was a bust too. Guess I'll just have to order this on Amazon. Well, we're back at the house. I'm just gonna go ahead, throw everything back in. Throw everything back in. I'm gonna flip the car around so that way we have daylight, bright daylight, instead of just relying on this. And I could actually close the garage. Supra's out. No matter how sideways that I get, and you can gauge how sideways I have been getting, because that's where I stopped the car. You can see where the scrapes are, and you can see where the tire treads are at. I'm scraping, so rear diffuser is going to happen. Front is going to happen. But what I'm really worried about is the side skirts. So when I get right here, you could really see it. Yeah, side skirts scrape quite a bit. So I gotta figure out a way. I think if I go in from that way, it's a little less steep, but not too sure. But either way, regardless, this car is probably gonna have to be parked like right here until I figure a solution. But as of right now, it's not gonna be parked right here. It's gonna be in the garage because this thing's gotta get worked on and I'm not about to be out here in the sun. The good news is I was able to get in the garage and only the rear diffuser scraped, like right here. I backed it in super sideways and I wasn't scraping on the side skirts. Super glad about that. Still irritated about the diffuser, but at least it's not so bad. Now, car's face the other way, we can figure something else out. I'm actually gonna go ahead and end the video here today. I spent probably about 4.5 hours driving to pick this car up and then bring it back home. Still got to get some food, so I'm gonna go ahead and get some food. There's a meet going on later today, so I'm actually gonna go ahead and attend that. I'm gonna bring C7. C7, it actually turns a lot of heads. Kind of wanted, kind of unwanted, but C7 is probably gonna go here in the near future. Whenever this is finished, this is also gonna go, or it might stay and that might go. Until then, watch out for the next video, guys.